So this build's been on my list for, 9, 10 months, maybe. I don't know. If you remember a while back, I made my own version of the kabar swabbie. Basically a knife that kind of looks like I think it's supposed to look like a pirate's cutlass type thing. All I know is it's stupid effective, so I made one. It was also stupid effective. It cut through tree branches that were 1.5 inches thick, like they weren't even there. But in the comments, someone mentioned making a blade called the Jessica-X by Schrade. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Either way, looked it up online, like, yeah, it's kind of a cool knife. I'll, get to it eventually. Again, a while later, I look at it and like, yeah, I should do that. It kind of seems like a fun build. Then I was, looked up and found a Zombie Go Boom video of it, an older one. They haven't uploaded in a while anyway, so anything's older for them. But, so I'm like, it actually looks really cool. They showed really how effective this knife design was. And that was actually the one that made me want to make this swabbie again anyway. So I thought, hey, why not? Then it got really cold because it's like February. And so, got cold and I just never got around to it. Worked on other projects. So here I am. Got my chunk of spring steel here, about to chuck in the forge and hammer out this interesting looking knife thing. So it was as effective as the original, because I'm pretty sure this continued, and this is the only way I'm gonna get my hands on one. Probably. Okay, so I've kind of rough drawn out the shape I want for the blade after forging. A little harder than I thought it was going to be, but, what can you do? Basically, I didn't expect it to be quite this big. So if you're wondering why the piece of steel I pulled out of the forge is considerably larger than the piece of steel I was showing in the intro, that is why. So basically, you can have a rough drawn out of the handle. I'll probably cut off more, so I can come on a little more there. The handle seemed a little thin, so hopefully I won't be taking off too much. Then, of course, the blade. I got mostly the way I want it. Just have to even out the edge a little bit because you see it's kind of wobbly. The point, grind it more, and just kind of a chopping instead of a narrower blade, or narrower point as it is. Put in a little groove here for the finger so I can, really maneuver the point of it. So I think the main thing that threw me off is just how big the handle is. I was kind of more thinking just, in my head, a shorter or kind of a longer hunting knife type thing, and then as I was looking at measurements, like, nope, this is pretty big. So I end up with something kind of like this. My basic strategy is I'm just going to take a cutoff wheel, cut the tip off, cut slits all along here, then just kind of cut that, and then just take a grinding wheel, then just finish everything up from there. got it heat treated, tempered, ground down the shape. So far, pretty nice. I already drilled some holes in it. Didn't film that. Or I'm cutting out the handle scales because it's all fairly boring and I've done it so many times. So what I'm gonna do next is take some JB Weld, cover this whole thing in it, glue these on, stick these brass pins through it, also using JB Weld. Then I'll start filming again and you know, sand it to shape. It's gonna be a little bit because I think this one goes the other way. Okay, sorry, they're cut to fit just right. It's gonna cover the guard a little bit, so I'll have to kind of sand that down, but I managed to get a detail sander, so hopefully that'll be a little bit easier. So I will jump to the next clip where this is all glued together. Okay, so now that I have my scales glued on, they didn't cut out quite as well as I'd hoped, but that happens sometimes. I'll just have to, you know, file them to shape more. Speaking of filing, I now have to remove all this excess here so I can actually grip it without, you know, being awkward about it. So I'm gonna start by taking this handsaw that I definitely need to get a new one of, but have been too cheap and or keep forgetting to get another one. Gonna cut some grooves into it so that way I can probably just take a chisel, knock down some of the edges, take a Farrier's rasp, kind of clean everything up a little bit, sand it a lot closer to what I need, and then just go to the sander and go from there. So, yeah, let's go.